Here, I'm really excited to share with you a little bit about My Outdesk and our virtual solution. We're excited to be 10 years old, and we are market leaders in the virtual assistant space. We're really excited because we've helped over 4,000 clients grow their business in some way or another, and I'm going to go over some of those ways that we help today with you. First, prospecting, so driving sales. Second, marketing, just driving content and engagement. And then the last is administrative, taking all those tasks off your plate so you can focus on what matters to grow your business. Something that is unique about us is that we focus on outcomes. So grow revenue, increase productivity, cut costs, increase quality, or have a better customer experience. These are the things that we measure. And from my understanding, we're looking at outsourcing some of your customer service stuff. So your outcome would be reducing cost and keeping quality and productivity high in that team. So we would go through that. Something that's important is before we would start, we'd have define what is being measured, a unit of measurement. So specific, like what does success look like and how many, and then some contextual clarifiers. So these are the ways that we create what we call a business outcome statement, which replaces the job description or the task list. And we find this good because we can say, okay, as long as we hit this metric, as long as we do this thing, we're going to be in business together forever. That's our intention. And it's always good to have lead and lag measures in place, especially for customer service. So you'd want to kind of have a sense within 30 to 45 days if you've got the right hire, if you made the right hire. To that end, this is what we do to kind of bring you up to speed with hiring from us. We'll do an FBI grade background check. We do employment checks, education checks. We have personality profile, and then we do something called the 3 E's: employed, experience, and expertise. What's interesting about our process is we only let through about 2%, and you can kind of see initial interview all the way down to endorsed to clients. So, every 100 people that apply to work for us, we actually only endorse 2% of those to clients. And here's what's different about us, and I want to make sure that we're clear about this. We are a staffing company, and these are going to be people who report directly to you. It's not like they're going to be gone. You'll eventually end up putting them in your org chart, meaning, on day one, they're a customer service rep and they're in training, right? And then they out after 90 days, they're out of training. That's the concept. These are your employees. You'll interact with them on the phone, on email, maybe on instant messenger of some sort, or Skype, or whatever you guys have that will allow them to feel part of the team and on mission with you guys. Here's what's required for success. Vision and leadership. It's really important that we have somebody inside the business that is committed to bringing those people into the vision of the company and understanding what the culture is and understanding what the metrics is, and just doing a brain transfer of like, okay, this is the job, this is what we do. And they're going to just be somebody that kind of help them and kind of be a mentor for them, right? And so that becomes number 2, the leverage piece, which is mod virtual professionals. We hire professionals, meaning we're looking for people who are already doing customer service, are already doing chat and email, are already helping people grow, and we're just going to move them over to your business. But they need clear training, they need communication, and they need to assimilate into the job. There'll be a time frame, probably 30 to 60 days before you see real value out of this particular position. And within 90 days, they should be nailing it. Within 6 months, you'd be like, okay, I need more. Typically, we like to go in phases. So phase 1 would be, several customer service reps, and phase 2 might be another area of the business, supporting another area, biz development, operations. So these are the things that we start thinking about, like how do you communicate with them? How do you mentor them? How do you get them into a good spot? Systems and tools, it's always, you guys are probably got all the systems and tools you need, but it's important that we give them access and training, and they fully understand how their performance and utilizing your tools will help them deliver on that outcome. That is all combined what we call scale, and how we help people grow their businesses. Most of our clients come to us and have had a different experience with outsourcing. So I like to bring you guys through what our path to success looks like. So we start with the outcome statement, where we fully describe what winning looks like for everybody. we'll get job descriptions, org charts. We'll make sure that the metrics is in place. We'll know what the training schedule looks like, and then we'll launch into placements. And our placements department runs really fast. Most people are not used to the speed at which we'll operate. So we'll bring you 3 to 5 people to interview, and if you like one of them, great, hire that one person. If you like none of them, we'll bring you another 3 to 5 based on your feedback and what you tell us and what we find out and what we experience together. So what's interesting about placements is, like, if you say, okay, Daniel, I want 3 and I'd like them to start next week, we can actually make that happen. And so, like, we're fast, and we need you to be fast too. We've done all the vetting, like that screen share showed you earlier. We've done FBI grade background checks. We know who they are, right? And we just want you to say, are they a culture fit? Are they a values fit? Do I believe that they have the right skill set that would actually help us win? So that's placements. And then there's an onboarding period. So you'll be assigned a launch coach. We believe the first 90 days is your kind of launch. And it's typically what it takes to get somebody trained and up to speed and performing at 100% capacity, right? And so in the onboarding period, you're going to have a coach. We're going to set you up on our billing system. We're going to basically do a lot of interacting to make sure that the VP, our virtual professional, is fully aware of what the outcome is and what the expectations are. And so there'll be somebody there to kind of be a support to you. And the last piece of this is scale and purpose. So what we'd like to have happen is, and I mentioned this before, we want to take over one area of your business and create what we call a blended model, where some of the work is done here in California and Sacramento, and some of the work is done in the Philippines. But together, you guys are doing a lot more than is possible with just your team here in Sacramento. So we'd like to grow that team. Again, cutting costs is a big concern. We're going to cost you guys about 1/3, not to mention no phones, no emails, or no computers and no desk space. So there's a huge cost savings with no unemployment. And we actually provide healthcare benefits, vacation days. So all of our costs are included, which is really cool for you guys. Also, purpose. So one thing is that we're going to ask you to be a founding member of our charity called Mod Movement, where you'll get to contribute time and or money, and your VP can get involved too. So the virtual professionals, they give of their time. Our clients typically give of their money, and together we go around making impact in the world. This is some of the work that we did last year. I'm really excited about being able to make impact, create hope and opportunity for as many people as possible. And I'm really proud and happy of our team that we've created, and I'm hopeful this video will answer some of the questions. Again, we've been doing this 10 years. We've got a book coming out soon. And I interviewed somebody that I think they have a client, so you don't get this person, but I think it's a good match for your business, the way she operates, and for her client, her current client. And so I wanted to give you a flavor and a feeling for what it would be like to work with us. And so I've got it's like a 3-minute interview right after this. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being part of the movement. Wait. So Daniel Ramsey here. I'm excited because we're talking to Maria. Maria is going to tell us a little bit about what she does for her client and how she helps that client grow their business.
Okay. Yes. Hi, my name is Maria Soriano, and I work as my designation at the Rider Elite team in Scottsdale, Arizona is a customer concierge. Yes. And the first type of calls that I was tasked to do were the closed sales calls. So they have this huge file which has records of all of their closed sales from this year and previous years. Yep. So I actually go and call these clients, these former clients, yeah, and ask for feedback, how their experience with us went. Yep. So every time I get feedback, I make sure that it's sent to Beth right away. Yep. And documented as well via Wise Agent, and also the individual contact record for the client on Outlook, so nice, that everything is there. Nice. Be it good or bad, it's all in there for any area of improvement. And then I also, I ask for feedback, and then I also I also ask for referrals. Yes, that's also the whole point. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the call, I also just ask, we offer to strive the best real estate service in the valley. Do you think that you would know of anyone who could benefit from our services at this time?
Yeah.
And sometimes there are a few that say, oh yes, I do. And then like they have a son that's
Sure.
that's planning to sell their home, so on and so forth. So yeah, then sometimes there are some that have plans for selling their home or buying a new home. So obviously that's another opportunity to touch base with them again, and that's good for the team.
And are you doing any email or chat or website kind of support?
Yes, aside from the call, so that we have like the steps there's a procedure that I follow. So there's a script that I follow. There's if I have to leave a voicemail, there's a script for that as well. Mm-hmm. And then after each call, I send an email. Like if I was able to get through to the person, I say, "Hi, Mr. or Mrs. So and so. It was a pleasure speaking with you today. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us for any assistance that you may need." And then it always has Beth's phone number on there and the phone number of the agent that assisted them.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. And so how do you man the chat and the email and like you're just plugged into the website, and if somebody pops up, you say, "Hey, how are you doing? What are you up to?"
Oh, I don't have. I'm not. What do you call this? I'm not really doing chat. It's just basically email. So when they respond to emails. I also reply. There's a standard reply that I give, like, "Thank you for reaching out to us, and again, don't hesitate to reach out to us for any assistance that you may need." And then I put that in Wise Agent and the individual contact record on Outlook, and what else?
But your primary role is to help drive more transactions for the team.
Yes.
That's your whole point, right? That's what you do. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Maria, it's been great talking to you. I think we've got everything we need. Thank you so much for your time. You're so amazing.
Okay. Thank you.
And tell your son I said hi.